It's 6 o'clock. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Trustee Polly.
Here.
Trustee Lappin.
Here.
Clerk Palovich here. Treasurer Ellery Summers here. Trustee Kroll.
Here.
Trustee Reiner.
He's excused.
Supervisor Kozibowski.
Here. Moving on to the adoption of the agenda.
I'd like to add number 18, concrete slab, and number 19, Alpena County Road Commission invoice.
And I'd like to add, Alpena County Equalization Office, it's, whether we're or not, we want to insert in our winter tax bills.
Is there a motion to adopt the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Support.
Pay attention.
All those in favor of adopting the agenda as amended, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose the same. Agenda adopted as amended. This is the first opportunity for public comment. If there's anybody online with public comment, please raise your hand. Seeing none, if there's anybody in the audience with public comment, you may approach the podium.
Good evening, Gary Partika, 105 Channel Road 1. I noticed at the last meeting that people didn't give their address. They only gave the street.
They
Yeah.
don't have to give your address.
Okay, we always did in the past. I was just wondering about that. I'd like to talk about the formation of the blight committee, and I've been involved with that over a number of years, as most of you know. And one of the things that they had that I felt was useful is they had a blight book. That's what it was called, where citizens could come in and see what was being worked on. If there were letters issued, if there were verbal warnings issued, it was all in there. And I think that would help probably with the transparency in keeping the people informed. I think blight's a problem, and I don't think it's been handled very well. I've been at meetings since 2014, and it isn't getting taken care of. We talk about no money, and yet there was talk of spending $1 million to extend Third Street out. So there's money there. It's just not being budgeted for the blight. And I can understand the frustration that the people had that were at the last meeting. So hopefully that gets taken care of. There were suggestions and at one time that the blight enforcement officer should probably post at least the address that she visited. I don't feel you need to include a name. It would help people to know and have some idea of what blighted properties are. The blight ordinance 137 has a timeline, and I understand that you can't stick to that timeline at all times. I saw last month in the supervisor's report that there were four blight issues, but I have no idea what had transpired in any of those, and neither does any other citizen except the few that were involved in that. So I think we really need transparency, and I think next budget you need to look at putting some money into it instead of just saying every year we don't have money for it. The other thing that I want to say that I'm in support of is the outside employment disclosure. I think that we should know if people are working two jobs. And if it's interfering with their duties as board members or as employees. Thank you.
If there's anybody else in the audience with public comment?
Well, Abby, thank you for inviting me. I'm Jean Braden. My residence in the northern part of the state is in Ossining on US 23 South. And I am the new member of new president of the Thunder Bay Island Preservation Society. I just wanted to introduce myself to you folks and let you know that we're really appreciative of all the support over the years. I'm going to turn this down a little bit, probably my face. And we thank you very much for the support to the township or to the Preservation Society. We are in a very good position equipment wise and capability wise for the next year. We have a new tractor that's thanks to the funding primarily from donations to through the Restless Viking. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but and also my husband and I, Dan, are preparing to get a landing craft delivered to us in November to be able to carry the tractor and other supplies and equipment over to the island next year. So that gives us a lot of opportunity in the coming year to do that. Now, what we do need is, and we're in sore need of, is volunteers and members that are younger than us. I think the average age of the group is about 65. And we need some capable people who are interested in doing some of the restoration activity in order to be able to open the lighthouse to the public in 2032, which is the 200th anniversary of the lighthouse. So this is just a plea, I guess, for any suggestions that the trustees might have to be able to help manage our job to, to tend after the island. So whatever we can get in terms of people and next year is more than appreciated. And I hope that you folks we'd like to offer an adventure to the island for all of you. I know Abby and Michelle have taken advantage of that this year, but you're all invited, and that's pretty much what I want to say. So thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else in the audience with public comment? Being none, we're going to move on to this presentation. Haley has my phone though. Hold 1 second. Yeah, I just want to take a second to read a text message that I got from Representative Cavett. So I have a folder here with special tributes from the state of Michigan from Representative Cavett. And he asked me to let you guys know that he says, please convey my pride and appreciation that we have a professional fire service looking out for our community, a point of pride for our rural area for sure. Keep up the good work. So he was not able to be here tonight. He's in Lansing, but I will give you guys these tributes. So as I read your name, if you'll please just come up here, I'll give you your tribute and then we'll all stay up here so that we can take a photo at the end. Sounds good? Okay. Chief Tim Baker. I'm not doing the fancy thing because I got too many papers, so.
Okay.
Lieutenant Christopher Stevens. I got it. Thank you. Lieutenant Scott Watterson. I figured it out by third try. Thank you. Training Officer James Stakowitz. I don't know. Let's just reach. Thank you. Firefighter Luke Meisner. He is not present today. Firefighter Ed Hoskinson. I'm doing it right.
Yes.
Thank you. Firefighter Ryan Mendyka. Thank you. Firefighter Matt Klemchuk. Thank you. Firefighter Kevin Galloway. Thank you. Firefighter Avery Hoffman Robertson. Firefighter Josh Greenwell. Firefighter Markham Johnson. Thank you. Firefighter Tim Muggy. Thank you. Firefighter Jacob Ordway. Firefighter Kevin Ginter. Thank you. Firefighter Gavin Plume. Firefighter Wyatt Smith. Paramedic Beverly Banks. Also not here. So on behalf of Representative Cam Cavett, thank you guys for everything that you did during the ice storm. We appreciate you. The community appreciates you. We're gonna- Jennifer. Oh, wait. Everybody come back.
Stretch up. Shoulders to the right and left.
Get in there, Abby.
Lean in. This will be photo bomb.
If they would do it.
Make it fade.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's perfect.
No, you didn't.
It's probably fine.
No.
Thank you. Yes.
The truth is, that's.
Screaming, you're not.
Yeah, let's keep moving. It's fine. It's fine.
We're going. Moving on to the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Also,
I'll support it.
Roll call, please.
You wanted to do a.
Clerk Flavich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Trustee Polly.
Yeah.
If you,
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Supervisor Kujabaski.
yes. Want to get this back plugged in. Moving on to old business, the water tower security. So I reached out to somebody local in regard to providing water tower security. That person already provides it for another municipality locally. Michelle spoke with him as well. We're working on trying to get the scope narrowed down to what we need it to be. We've got a phone call scheduled with him tomorrow. So, so hopefully, we can move forward with that.
So do we need a motion to table that to the next meeting? Okay, I'll make a motion to table that.
Sport.
All those in favor of tabling water tower security to the next meeting, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Oppose the same. Motion carried. Moving on to new business item 1, International Association of Firefighters tentative agreement. We do have a representative from
Labor
the
attorney.
labor attorney group online to go over this. Before we get started, though, I would like to recuse myself from this vote.
I'll make the motion to recuse Abby from the vote.
I'll support.
Roll call? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
trustee Reiner. Oh, sorry. Trustee Polly.
Yes.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Palovich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Supervisor Kujabaski.
Yes. Can you just try to wiggle this so it stays awake? Otherwise I have to keep logging back in.
Okay. Lizzie, do you kind of want to start it off? Give a summary of everything?
Happy to do so. Good evening to the members of the board and congratulations to those who were honored by Representative Cabot. What a great day. You have before you a copy of the 6-page tentative agreement reached with the fire department represented unit who is served by the International Association of Firefighters. You were ably represented in negotiations by the clerk, Trustee Kroll, and your fire chief, and we provided service alongside to facilitate agreement. We have a agreement that covers the period of time from January 1 of this year, so there will be some backdating and some time and additional work for the clerk's office. With sadness, I note that additional work she will have pending approval. But this agreement will be in place from January 1st of this year until December 31 of 2027, giving some time for the parties to continue working through continued discussions about department operations, staffing, budgets, and other matters that are certainly important and before the township at this time. You will note in the materials the wage increases that have been decided upon, at least as to the unit's ratification of this TA, and it is presented to you on recommendation of your bargaining team here today, which includes increases in the first year of 15%, 4% in the second year, and 4% in the third year. I will note those numbers may seem high, especially if you have not keyed in on the fire department wages over the years. What you will note when you take a look at those numbers is that they remain still a very fair number according to market standards. Certainly those departments in your surrounding communities that require paramedic licensure have different responsibilities will see higher rates, but these we agreed upon with the unit to reflect what we thought was a fair and appropriate amount to increase wages. Both based on the market comps, but also recognizing that there have been changes across the state relative to minimum wage that will continue to clip up as the years go by. And we thought it important not to have the fire department employees losing ground on those base rates that would be reflected in the wage table that you see in front of you. We also instituted something new, which is a variation on something we've had for the last couple of years under the current contract. Under the current contract, expired contract, the parties have a $500 stipend that is issued to a lieutenant or a training officer. In recognition of continued responsibilities, the new chief, expectations for continued additional accountability and responsibilities, and on request of the firefighters bargaining unit, we have agreed to change that from a $500 stipend to a 5% increase over the top wage rate. So that will be something that is an additional reflection of the works and responsibilities required of those positions as this department continues to move in a direction of being, I think the parties have described it as a continually more professionalizing, rigorous form of the department. That is not stated in a manner to suggest that they are not professional. It is a reflection of the type of operation and the movement in which this chief and this township are moving along with the unit itself to continue to improve. Um, you also have in front of you, I'm going to hit some highlights. You all have the ability to read, and I trust you have read every part of this, but I want to hit some highlights to reflect some more significant changes in the contract language. You may have recalled that in prior years, I've mentioned that this contract has been around in this form for quite some time. And although we have taken big swings at modernizing and changing it over the years, there are always more things that can be done to improve it, both for the employees and for the township. This time around, on request and after negotiation to get to the right language, we have added language to clarify what the promotional process will be, with again that vantage point as we continue to move forward, again, improving hopefully the continued operations, that there's some comfort in knowing as an employee of that bargaining unit, what is the process if there's going to be any opportunity for promotion. So we have identified that at the bottom of page 1. We have also clarified on page 2 the disciplinary process, which has been sort of an unwritten rule of everybody understands there must be just clause to discipline non-probationary employees, but this outlines for both parties what those expectations are. Generally speaking, that the parties will expect there will be progressive discipline. So a first incident is not likely to lead to termination, but also protecting the township's right to acknowledge that if an incident is sufficiently severe, extreme, and serious, certainly the township has the right and ability, likely on recommendation from the chief and in consultation with me, to proceed to a higher step. The goal of this provision, as proffered by the unit and as discussed and formed additionally through negotiations, was that the parties had again a clear expectation and wanted to recognize that this is a fairly traditional element of a contract that simply has not appeared in your contract over these years. In addition to that, we addressed at item 8, again, skipping around a little bit, and we addressed at item 8 some items that were the point of some grievances and confusion among the parties as to what the practices were or should be relative to when someone comes in early or after a shift. So we have provided clarification about that. The parties now have contract language to guide us, and we are happy to have that matter cleared up. We also made some adjustments to the shift trades provisions to continue to reflect change processes. So prior to this contract negotiation, we had updated this language at the last time at the table to require completion of a shift trade form, certain responses, and notice and approval processes. We have continued to hone in on what we think is the right match based on what the unit is interested in protecting, which is their right to make trades that is afforded to them under the Fair Labor Standards Act and with the township's permission, but also to be reflective of the township's interest in knowing who is on shift when, particularly if there are trades, and ensuring that the chief, of course, above all, has notice of those. We have instituted an approval-based process for trades of a certain length and a notice-based process for those that are shorter than 12 hours. So you will see that in the language. We think this is likely to strike the right balance and make sure that the parties have the flexibility that I think the firefighters are looking for, but also a system that can be followed and for which we can hold everybody accountable moving forward. In addition to that, I think importantly for both parties, a really difficult topic for us to work through was how to handle the continued concerns over the cost of overtime compensation when we are a small department. And when you are a small department, anyone being off work for illness or injury and the like necessarily results in additional overtime compensation due to parties who are working more hours. In addition, this provision at item 10 has long been a source of, I'll say, consternation over what is its intended meaning. For a period of time, this language about the first right of refusal to full-time firefighters for open shifts was held in suspension during times when we had staffing so low that it really wasn't feasible to expect that full-time firefighters would be picking up all of the overtime. Here, what we have landed upon is, I think, a reflection of the parties' understanding that there needs to be continued creativity about how this department will be staffed and operated. And so you will see that although certainly there is still the baseline understanding that there is a right of first refusal, there's actually going to be a process in place that is dependent upon the length of the shift to be filled. Meaning that in the future, the parties recognize the township might adopt a system that allows for and what I would say is an irregular or less than 24-hour shift option, and how we are going to fill that with perhaps not necessarily right off the top full-time firefighters, which will allow you to have some flexibility to utilize part-time, or as you are currently in impact shift processes, maybe even using on-call to help fill these shifts and provide service while still achieving the budgetary mindfulness that I know continues to be front of mind. At this time, I would like to recognize that this was a tough issue for the parties to work through. It has every single time I've been at the bargaining table on your behalf been the primary point of contention along with wages. The issue is, how do we continue to operate and provide the service we want to our public and the citizens who come across your boundaries, and still be able to afford providing that service and ensuring a fair wage to your employees. So I would like to, and certainly subject to commentary from the township's bargaining team, I would just like to note that I thought that this was a reflective of a lot of hard work and forward thinking, both on the part of the employees who were represented by Mr. Greg Weisbarth, and the township board representatives and fire chief at the table. In addition to that, just popping through a couple of things, we had to clean up some language, thanks to the legislature adopting the Earned Sick Time Act changes kind of at the 11th hour in February, and our dear Supreme Court here in the state of Michigan kind of bringing that back to life last year in July. So we made some changes to the PTO section to reflect that as best we could, retaining the normal process, but making sure that we weren't certainly shorting employees anything that they were entitled to under the statute. There were also a handful of cleanup efforts in the current language, trying to make this contract reflect more traditional modern contracts. And one of those is reflected in item 14 on page 5. That is I would say, a shifting of the presentation of the management rights section. I think it's certainly safe to say that we did not substantively change this, but the flip was an important part of the conversation to recognize that management has the right to make decisions for its operations, which is a plentiful right, and clarifying that, that is limited by the extent to which something in this contract puts sort of handcuffs around the township's decision making. This was, again, a place where a lot of conversation occurred to ensure that the employees do not feel like somehow the township has been given full reign to do whatever it wants, regardless of the contract or their labor rights, but also to assure the township that, in fact, the employees understand that the township retains this right to make operational changes as necessary. So again, another place where there was hard work. It may not be as immediately apparent just by looking at the language, but I would say we spent a good chunk of time talking about this. And I think that's reflective of both parties' desire to continue working toward continued better labor relations. Sometimes those have been challenged over the last handful of years, and we want to continue moving forward positively. In addition to that, we made a couple of minor edits to the physical fitness sections and the uniform section. Under the contract that is expired, there is a process for every other year conducting physical fitness evaluations of our firefighters at the township's cost. On recommendation of the chief and with the bargaining team, we have moved that to every year so that we can ensure that our firefighters are safe and capable of performing their job, so that they're sure they know what's going on with themselves. Because, as I'm sure everyone in the room knows, being in the fire service is not a job without safety hazards and health hazards. And so this is a way for everybody to stay on top of things and be aware. And also in item 15, you will see a reference to the idea that the employer, working with a recommendation of the fire chief after a lot of conversation, will likely be pursuing establishing something called an agility test, which will again ensure a continued ability to physically perform the job. We're talking about doing some sort of an incentive to ensure passage, meaning like if you basic pass, maybe that's not necessarily incentivized, but if you do an exceptional job, there could be something there to talk about. This is something that the parties decided not to write up completely, because it can be I know from experience at this issue, it can take us on a whole diatribe of really interesting conversations. But we did capture agreement that this is something the township could instill. We certainly will look to continue collaboration discussion with the bargaining unit and their input on that. And I know Chief has continued to work on thinking through what are the things that he's looking for, making sure that he's following industry standards and finding a good incentive that will keep our firefighters interested in passing this thing once we get to the point of including it. So another good movement to continue to keep us moving in that direction of professional and fit officers and firefighters across the board. Beyond that, I would say that the only other closing comment I would make is there were a handful of open grievances at the time that we sat down to bargain, and those were also withdrawn through the course of these negotiations based on some of them did have to do with content addressed in the TA, but others were withdrawn in good faith by the bargaining unit after discussion and as part of a whole package. In particular, because of course there were some valuable items in here for the township or for the firefighters, which were of concern, their wage increase, et cetera. So it's a lot of Lizzie talking, but the big picture is that although it's lengthy and there are a lot of new pieces of content for our contract, this was not a easy contract negotiation, and yet it also certainly was not the most difficult that we have had. And I want to acknowledge again that that doesn't happen just because somebody shows up with a positive mindset. It takes both parties being intentional and deliberate in what they're presenting to the parties, how they're thinking about each other's proposals, and where we ultimately land. And I think we did land in a very good, fair spot at this time. And it's certainly my recommendation that this be approved by this board as it has already been approved by the firefighters. But subject to continued conversation, I would invite Trustee Kroll or Clerk Palovich to also add any comments that they have.
Oh, I feel like you did a great job summing it up, Lizzie, but I am support and I will make the motion to approve the tentative agreement as presented.
So I would, we started out with many more items on the table, obviously. As things went on, we had to narrow it down to the items that were most important to both sides. And obviously we've had low wages forever. So part of this, I think, also takes care of that, which is important for both sides, I think. But in the end, we ended up coming to this, and I think it's a good deal, so. Fully support it.
A second then?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Discussion. Does anybody have any discussions? Anything for discussion?
No, it sounds like you guys did a great job. Thanks to both sides. Appreciate the hard work.
Okay, I'll do a roll call. Trustee Polly.
Yes.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Palovich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll.
Yes.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thanks, Lizzie.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Thanks, Wilson.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks for keeping up. Well, Laura helped me.
Okay. Moving on to budget adjustments.
Just a couple little budget adjustments we needed to do.
I'll make a motion, we approve the budget adjustments as presented.
I'll support it.
Any discussion?
Roll call, please. Trustee Polly.
Yes.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Palovich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll.
Yes.
Supervisor Kozibowski.
Yes. Motion carries. Item number 3, adoption of proposed ordinance number 158, the fire code ordinance amendment.
Okay.
Perfect.
Your last meeting, you introduced proposed ordinance number 158, and that is an ordinance to amend our current fire code ordinance. This is being done at the recommendation of Chief Baker, and what it accomplishes is adopting the National Fire Protection Association's fire code, NFPA 1. And Chief Baker gave a presentation at the last meeting as to how this will help bolster our current fire code ordinance. And so we're looking for a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 158.
I'll make that motion to adopt ordinance number 158.
Support.
Is there any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Palovich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll.
Yes.
Trustee Polly.
Yes.
Supervisor Kozibowski.
Yes.
Thanks. Who supported it?
Laura.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Motion carried. Item number 4, the ADA grant for the side door.
As I told you at the last meeting, we received a $10,000 grant from the Municipal Association of, no, Michigan Association of Municipal Clerks had to be something to do with ADA compliance. We had quotes already to make this door compliant with the button you push to automatically open it. So it's about a little over, it's about 15,000, but 10,000 of it's going to be covered by the grant, which is a reimbursement grant. So once we do it, I can submit to get the money, but I haven't gotten the approval on the grant.
Both doors?
No, just this one.
And both of those doors, or does one of the doors come out? In other words, is there gonna be a 2 doors or 4 doors or
Do both
whatever?
of those, both
Don't-
sets of doors or just one?
Just
set?
one set.
So the inner one probably will be the one, or is it the outer one?
It's the outer one.
Okay.
What do they do about the inner one?
Well, like during elections, we could just leave them open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to add to that, don't forget that we also have a grant. We're asking for that grant from the state as well, from the ice storm,
Mm,
for our
that's-
shelter, and we could apply that. We did include that in, our ask at the county level. So that would lessen what we needed to get from them, but would also provide potentially for that inside door to get, the ADA compliance as well.
And I'm making a motion that we pay this out of the capital outlay GL. So I'll make the motion.
I'll support.
Any other discussion?
I just wanted to make a comment that all of our staff really does pay attention to who's coming and going. So if we see someone trying to come up and they get in partway, more than likely somebody's there to grab the other door. I mean, we try to look out for people, and help when it's necessary to.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Clerk Plavich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Trustee Polly.
Yes.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Supervisor Kozibowski.
Yes. Motion carried. Moving on to the Blight Ad Hoc Committee. Trustee Polly, you brought this up at the last meeting. Do you have any input as far as forming the committee?
I'd just like to see a committee formed. I would like to be on it if I can, and I don't think it'd take a couple meetings that we can come back to this, board next meeting and have something to present to the board that, see if they want to take a look at it.
Well, I'm gonna nominate Russ for another member.
So we go.
That's fair.
Fair. I did warn him a week ago that I
Okay.
thought he should be on the
At the last
committee.
board meeting as well, he did offer to come and do some blight drives with me, so I think that he's not
Okay.
probably.
And as
against it.
supervisor, you're automatically on every
Mhm.
committee.
Yes, I'll be
So,
there.
Tim, do we need to make a motion to form this ad hoc committee?
Yeah, why don't we? We'll have it documented in our.
Okay, I'll make a
minutes
motion that we form a blight, ad hoc blight committee consisting of trustee Polly, trustee Reiner, and supervisor Kozibowski.
And who's the chair of the committee? Who would organize the meetings and stuff?
Well, I
like
think
that?
they can decide that after their first meeting.
Okay, I
Yeah.
just, because they all might think each other's gonna schedule something. Usually there's a chair of
Oh.
the committee, but whatever.
Well, it
Let's
sounds
see
like
if
Russ
we-
is gonna be the chair.
Yeah, see if we can try and bring something back for the next meeting.
Okay, I'll support it.
Any other discussion? Steve, you look like you had something to say.
No, I just wasn't sure if there was a support.
Any other discussion?
No?
All those in favor of appointing a blight ad hoc committee consisting of trustee Polly, trustee Reiner, and supervisor Kozibowski signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Item number 6, the Capital Improvement Committee. So Michelle and I attended,
Planning commission.
thank you, planning commission meeting, and we discussed with the planning commission the potential for having the capital improvement committee. We talked about the need for a CIP for the township. And previously the planning commission had done some work, but it didn't see it through to fruition. So at the planning commission meeting, I think we decided that Michelle and I would be the representatives from the board.
As long as the
Is the
board was
board
okay
was
with
okay
that.
with that?
I'm fine with that.
And then the planning commission had, I can't remember right now,
Roxanne
Roxanne and
and
Tom?
Tom
Okay,
Hilberg.
so Roxanne Brown and Tom Hilberg would be representatives from the planning commission. We also discussed and kind of left the idea open out there to have other members of
The community.
the community, just either members at large or also, let's say like a member from the ZBA or a member from whoever we decided we saw fit to sit on.
This is to establish a CIP then?
Yes, to get
Uh-huh.
our CIP done.
Great idea.
Okay. So do we need a motion or anything for that, Tim?
Yeah, I suppose, let's do that. We were working on CIP issues quite a while ago, so.
Right.
I'd say,
And nothing, we're
Yeah.
trying to bring it back up to
yeah, I'd say that helps bolster
a life into it.
rejuvenating things.
Okay. I guess
I'll
I'll make the motion
I'll support.
What's your motion?
to form a CIP committee of Supervisor Kujabaski, Clerk Flavich, Chairperson Tom Hilberg, and Planning Commission member Roxanne.
Okay. With
With the ability.
the
add
ability
more.
to add, yeah,
With, okay. the
I know that's a
ability-
lot, sorry.
Who, did you support that, Steve?
I will. And as amended.
Is there any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor of forming the capital improvement committee as presented and amended signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose the same, motion carried. Item number 7, policy and procedures.
The Policy and Procedures Committee met and we discussed 4 items. Everything's in your packet with the detail of everything. The first item was the expenditure authorization spending limit. The current policy is the department head spending limit is $500 without board approval, excluding the Department of Public Works and the Public Safety Department heads. The recommendation was to increase the spending limit to $1,500. So the board can discuss if they'd like to agree with
Are we
that.
doing these one at a time?
Yes.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
So is that you making a motion?
Yeah, I'd make a motion.
I'll support.
Any other discussion?
We need to do a roll call because it's money.
Yeah, it's money.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Polly.
Yes.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Flavich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Crawl.
Yes.
Supervisor Kujabaski.
Yes, motion carried.
Next item is a conflict of interest and ethics policy revision, including the applicable statutes. Attorney Golden helped with this, conflict of interest and the applicable statutes that are with that. And the recommendation is to approve it as presented.
I move that we approve the policy as amended. So,
I'll support it.
any discussion?
Do we need to do a voice vote or?
You do a voice vote first.
All those in favor of approving the policy as presented, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carried.
Next item is disclosure of outside employment form. I don't know if you've had a chance to review it. We did have some discussion. So the recommendation was to approve the outside employment disclosure form after removing in section number 2 under outside employment details, item number 1 is the employment compensated. We talked about removing that out of there. And also, do you receive retirement or other benefits from this employee? So we recommend approving it with removing those 2 items.
Is there a reason
Why-
for taking those 2 out?
I think it was to leave the benefits Oh, no, I'm sorry. that
It was
wasn't-
just to remove those two items about the retirement and is this employment compensated? And then, and that was, I think, discussed because it's like, is it anybody's business, basically, was a topic of discussion of if I have another job, and I make X, is it anybody's business, basically? And then do you receive retirement or other benefits from this employer? I think the same kind of thing was discussed. So we would remove those two items unless anybody wants to leave those items in there.
Well, I just wasn't sure if there was some legal reason for
That's
doing
what-
that.
No legal
Was there a
reason.
legal reason?
No, just Abby, you can get.
Yeah, it was
Russ isn't
Yeah,
here.
Russ isn't here, but I'm not gonna speak on his behalf. It was just something that was discussed was it, the committee felt that it was enough to say, yes, I have a job elsewhere and I am compensated for it. And the committee felt that it was enough to, answer, I'm sorry, we're taking out the, do you receive retirement and other benefits from this employer, correct?
Yes.
So,
We'd be
but what's
striking-
even, is this employment compensated?
Yes,
That would
yes or
stay
no.
in.
We would just be removing the.
If yes,
monthly
indicate approx-
compensation.
and then you would remove, do you receive retirement or other benefits from this employer? I
Correct.
guess, all right, why would we need to know that?
Well, I guess my logic to some of that was that if there's, for example, health insurance provided,
Well,
That's the
it.
next one
And
down.
we're leaving that one in.
Yeah.
oh, you're leaving that one.
Yeah.
in.
That one
Okay,
is
so
being
you're-
left in, 'cause
You're
that's
simply
something we need to
removing
know.
so they answer yes or no to the compensation. And then the next section relative to retirement or other benefits is just simply deleted. And then the last item, the health insurance, stays in
Remains the
place.
same.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
So it could be, you could leave it in just to say, is this employment compensated? Yes or no,
Yes.
period, and be done with it, but
Yeah.
not say, well, how much are you
I
compensated?
think that's what
I
you
think
just
that's what
said.
we, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what we discussed.
And then, do you receive retirement or other benefits? Yes or no? I mean, so whatever,
So the recommendation is to leave the question, is the employment compensated, yes or no? Delete the
no.
part where it says indicate approximate monthly compensation amount, that would be gone.
and if yes, approximate monthly compensation.
So this would be a form that all of us on the board would complete
Everybody.
and every
Yes.
employee, part-time and full-time of the township. And how often would we have to complete it?
I would think that you would do this annually.
Okay, like during our open enrollment time.
Yeah.
It'd be a perfect time to do it.
And
during
whenever you have a
open
new
enrollment.
employee. Of course.
And the navigator.
Cash asked if this would be done like through the navigator, or if it would be,
We could have it set up to be done during
Are
that.
those signed
yes, there's a spot for a signature at the bottom.
on the employee? No, not on that, but
Oh, I
employee
see.
navigator.
It has an electronic signature people
Okay.
use.
So just so I have this correct, we're gonna leave it, is this employment compensated, yes or no? That's it.
Correct.
And then, do you receive retirement or other benefits from this employer, yes or no? And that's it, right?
Oh, I thought we
I
weren't
think
even
that part
asking
is
that off.
completely removed,
Oh, we're removing the whole thing.
the retirement and
Yeah,
that's right.
benefits.
I was missing this part of the conversation.
That's okay.
Okay, so that, I'll make a motion that we approve that as presented and amended.
I'll support that.
Is there any other discussion? Voice vote? All those in favor of approving this policy as presented with the recommended changes, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed the same. Motion carried.
Item number 4, office pet policy.
This is number 5.
There's a sample in the package, attachment number 5 in the group that I sent out. That sample policy came from Alpena County. And then the next option, as an option, is from the FAR plan for emotional support animals versus service animals in the workplace. After discussion between myself and trustee Reinhardt and supervisor Karzabuski, Supervisor Karzabuski and trustee Reinhardt stated not to recommend an office pet policy at all, there's no recommendation. And I recommend to adopt the PAR plan emotional support animals versus service animals in the workplace. that's just where the three of us came from, so.
Yeah.
after-
So I guess, by not having a pet policy, we therefore don't have a problem with pets coming to work. Is that what I'm hearing?
I believe that was the,
I personally don't think we have a problem with it now.
I'm not saying we have a problem with it now. I'm saying
You're
in
thinking in the
general.
future.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have a problem if someone brought their pet parakeet to work and it was flying around the building. I would,
But if you don't have a pet policy. you can't-
right, so I'm torn between this because I like to bring my dog to work once in a while.
Well, from my feelings on this, if you've got an insurance company who's gonna be paying the claims, but dogs bite other people, then we should adhere to what they're saying. And it does make sense to me that emotional support animals or service animals would be adequate, certainly trained to do what they're trained to do. But if we don't have a pet policy and we have 2 alpha dogs in the building, somebody might get hurt. So I would be in favor of a pet policy subject to that which our insurance company believes to be the logical way to go. So I'll make that as a motion.
I'll support.
So I guess I don't know what you're saying, Steve.
I'm saying we need to establish the pet policy. And that if you have an emotional support animal or a service animal because of some disability that you may have, then that is a perfectly logical way to look at it. And that those animals are trained to help their master.
It does specify in this too, that, if an employer should consider allowing an ESA, emotional support animal in the workplace, the animal needs to be prescribed by a licensed mental health professional to the person with the disabling mental illness. Michigan dog bite leash law is strict. Where did it say? It said that like they would need something from their doctor to
Yeah,
prove. You can't just say.
It's not
"This is
enough
my-"
just to say this is my
Right.
emotional support dog or cat
Or lizard.
lizard or whatever. That would be my motion. Follow the advice of the insurance carrier.
I'll still support it.
is there any other,
So would that be adopting this pretty much as our policy?
I guess if I can
yes,
jump in.
please.
Please.
That handout from the risk management is giving the employer the choice about
Right,
emotional
right.
support. So I guess the motion
So
would
we
be,
need to draft language for it.
or clarifying that the township is choosing to allow emotional support animals under the circumstances set forth in this guide. Meaning prescribed by a licensed mental health professional to a person with a disabling mental illness and service animals. This handout is giving you the choice, saying if you choose, you don't have to by law allow emotional support animals. If you choose to do so,
Which
That's
then
right.
everybody can go online and get that now because people are going online and getting this certificate saying they need an
We can't
emotional
control
support.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
but you do have a choice of yes or no on an emotional support animal.
We can
Check yes.
Yeah, okay. So just clarifying your motion then.
Yes.
Yeah, for service animals and emotional support animals.
We don't have a choice for service dogs. We have to allow
Right.
service.
Right, because of ADA.
So Steve, you made that motion
Correct.
and you supported it, Norm?
Is there any other discussion?
I guess I would, oh, I'm sorry.
So you're gonna have to draft something if we wanna put something forward. Some
Right.
guidelines,
So would those guidelines come back?
Yeah.
Okay.
The power plan may very well have language for that.
What do you say?
When I
have
requested
it.
a sample plan form, this is what he sent me.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm wondering if just simply a motion stating that service animals, because they're required, and emotional support animals, just parroting this wording. If prescribed by a licensed mental health professional to a person with a disabling mental illness be allowed in your workplace.
Is that what the motion you want to make now?
I will make that a friendly motion.
That friendly
Amendment, rather.
As opposed to having a page policy, I think it's kind of short and sweet.
Yeah.
And those are the rules you're choosing to.
So Abby, you gotta ask Norm if he'll friendly.
I'll
amend.
still support that.
Yeah.
Okay, any other,
Do a roll call.
any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Clerk Palovich, no. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
No.
Trustee Polly,
Yes.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Supervisor Kujabaski.
No.
Motion failed.
So who voted yes, no?
I voted no, Ash voted no, and Abby voted no. Norm voted yes, Steve voted yes, and you voted yes.
So that's a 10.
So motion fails if there's a tie.
Okay.
Okay,
motion-
moving on to water sewer department past due notices. Tim, can you?
Yeah, I can talk
Help me out
about
with
this.
Yeah, we have no policy.
Abby and Angela contacted me about, I guess, kind of a nagging issue as far as, when you have minuscule amounts past due for water or sewer billing under $5. The practice has been to send out a late notice, which isn't cost effective, because, correct me if I'm wrong, it's more expensive to send out the late notice than collect the.
Yeah, we had a,
48
notice that was
cents or
like a
something.
penny or 10
Okay.
cents or something, that was
And so-
ridiculous.
And so
Yeah.
they asked me, do we need to amend this water and sewer ordinance to change that practice? I didn't find anything in the ordinance that talks about late, inadequate payment notices in the first place. Do you know, Abby, if Angela ever did? Cause I kind of went through it several times till my eyes were crossing. And I didn't see, so I think it's probably just been a practice to
That's
do
my
that
understanding.
from the billing department. So there's nothing mandating it, but again, to keep our records straight, we could have a motion to not require a late notice for deficiencies under a certain amount. Would that be $5, Abby, or do you have a recommendation?
But that amount would just get taxed to their next monthly bill.
Correct.
Yeah, it doesn't get rid of the bill.
It doesn't get rid of it, it just.
Or they're a
puts
risk
it
of
on the next month.
shut off if they continue not paying. They're gonna get the bill, it's gonna show you're
Right.
not
Right.
paying your bill in full, but it wouldn't require a separate late
Right.
notice from
So
the billing
instead of
department.
printing a late notice, putting it in an envelope, putting a stamp on it, sending out in the mail for anything less than $5, which I believe
That's
is
we
what the
discussed.
taxes do also, correct?
That's for paying a bill. If it's over or under $5, that's a little different
Okay.
than sending out this
Okay, I
notice.
misunderstood that. Okay, so anyways, it would be if the bill was under $5 or less, we would not send out a past due notice, it would just get added on to their next bill.
Oh,
So it would save us the shipping, the postage, the envelope, the
The
time,
labor,
the
everything.
paper, all of that.
Can they be
Do
done
we have
by
to
email
notif-
if somebody has it?
We are trying to get people email to,
We do send some.
you're right, some are sent only.
But like today, a lady was in and she got a bill for $6.73 and she was just like, really, I got.
But
this?"
she could still get that.
No, I know, but she was like, I got, and really that, she still would get it because it'd be over $5.
Well, and we can
Right.
change that amount, that's not set in stone, it was
Right.
just the
Just throwing
idea
a
out
number
there.
out there.
Right.
What,
What about,
whatever the board sees.
So do you want to do under 10 or?
What about text message? Are you able to do
We don't
that?
have that. Unless they sign
Do
up.
you wanna
for-
send out text messages to all the late past due notice?
Well, if it was
I was asking
automatic, it
If
might
you were
be
volunteering to do
convenient.
that.
It's kind of costly to,
The-
Rhonda looked into that.
Well,
was-
but through this new point and pay system that's automated and it's gonna take like 6 weeks to get into, because when we wanted to go to people being able to make a payment over the phone through point and pay, it ended up that they were getting a person from possibly another country that was hard to understand and whatever. So we had a few complaints. So I called Point and Pay again and reached out to them and asked them, we want an automated system. We don't want a live person possibly from another country. So anyway, it's like a $500 fee for them to update us to their new web portal, plus to make this automated system happen.
Mm.
Well, because we're a customer we've been a customer of theirs for a long, long time, but I didn't even know when I wanted to go to BSNA payments online, that I got an email from Point and Pay, oh, you have a contract with us and you've had it since July of 2016, right prior to me coming into office. So I didn't even know we had a contract with them. So anyway, we had to stop it with BSNA. We're back with Point and Pay, but because of that issue and because we would update to their new web portal, they will waive the $500 to make us automated. So that I've already started that process. It will not cost us more, but through that process, if people sign up for an automatic reminder through the Point and Pay portal, they will get a free email reminder, and they can also sign up for texting.
So let me
that's
ask
kind of
you,
where all that is coming from.
I suspect every single one of us in this room have been lost in the automatic voice. And that we have tried diligently to say customer service, customer service. And if we are talking to a bot,
But the other
how,
choice is.
how do
we're
we
in
get out of
person.
that?
And I called myself because I wanted to make sure, because I called
That was gonna be my next
to
question.
to get a person that I could understand. I mean, I could understand both of them because I'm used to hearing the people from another country. But sometimes it is difficult, to hear.
Have you tried to get through the automated one?
I haven't had anything to try because it's not hooked up yet.
So I called Usco uses this. I did call their automated
Okay.
number and it was just automated push this number. I didn't write the steps down, but it was a simple,
Was it an easy one?
yeah, it
Okay.
was a simple process and I just asked. for
Well,
information.
the last thing we want to do is have people get mad at us when they're trying to pay a bill.
Well, Steve, they're already mad.
Yeah.
So,
Well, let's not get them madder.
So I guess that's it. Like, we discussed the $5 as the limit of
But,
not
yeah, what
sending out
does
a
the-
bill.
So my one question would be that if we're going to just attach it to the next bill, do we have to say something do we have to note something somewhere that says, or is it just gonna be like an accrual? Or we're just gonna keep,
I don't know how I guess I get a water.
I think in
sewer
the
bill,
past,
but,
Kelly just determined that herself. I think it was, this was, before Angela, and I guess I didn't realize Kelly was, however
Yeah,
she
they're-
did it. But she would, if they were under $5, she wasn't sending them a past due notice.
Okay, the bill's
but they're
not,
just adding it to the next bill.
Right.
yeah,
Not
they still have
going
to pay
away.
it.
Yeah, no, I understand it's not going away, which is good, but, when they get the next bill, if they see that other $5 and they just say, I'm only gonna pay the $30, I'm not gonna pay the $5, is,
So I think this is where the question comes in is do we need to have, do we need to do something on the rate and fee schedule? Or do we need to amend the ordinance?
no, here, because this doesn't have anything to do with, the charges the same, there's no late fee.
Will they still keep
Not
paying that
different.
late fee if they don't pay that $5? Will they accumulate a late fee every month?
I would say so. I would think so.
the
I think
late
they
fee, on
should,
the late
right.
fee on the late fee.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they do.
Yeah.
Cause the late fees have nothing to do with
So if
sending
you
out
don't
notices.
ever pay it, it's just gonna keep accumulating
How
more and
big of
more.
a problem is this?
I don't,
And then the next
how big of a
one,
problem is this?
we just noticed, I noticed, I'm like, why are we sending out a bill for $1.25 when it costs us 73 cents for a stamp? It costs.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean,
But I don't think it's a huge problem, but it's just something that would be nice not to deal with something under $5 for.
Put on there.
Didn't someone come in with a
yeah,
bill?
that's what I
I'd
guess
say
that's what
put
I'm
that
getting
into a
at.
bill.
Yeah,
Is
somebody
that we,
bill for a penny.
Yeah. I
can
didn't
you,
know
can
this
you
was-
add?
And they sent a bill,
Can-
they sent a penny taped to a stub.
I think they were just trying to make a point.
Serious.
So would there be a second line item? So like this is the amount due for this month and this is
Like
the
it would
past
say
due
previous
amount?
balance
Right.
and then the additional.
Right.
That's what the
I
water
don't do
bills look like
billing,
now.
so-
That is what the water bills look like now, though. It says current due, past due, or previous or whatever.
And your late fee is as a result of the wording and on your
Okay.
bill, I think, I'm not seeing it in the fee
Well-
schedule.
And if people.
It's a
they will-
warning.
Believe me, if they have a question about why is my bill like this, they will ask. And then the $5, eventually it's gonna be above the next paying bill would be above $5.
Oh,
So
because
they're
it-
gonna get a bill. Cause
Right.
it's over $5, so they're gonna get a bill the next month.
past due.
of
Right.
that notice.
Right,
So,
right,
so,
that
so
they
really
have-
at this level, we're just trying to decide what that number is.
Right.
And to give Angela guidance so that she knows.
Yeah, she has to go into
Sure,
into the software and make an adjustment on there so that it does, because right now it automatically prints anything that's past due, even a
Yeah.
penny.
I would
So she
think-
needs to go in and make an adjustment.
I would think anything under $5 would, or, a $5 minimum. How am I saying this? If the bill is $4.27, why wouldn't we just,
we're
get
not
it to the
gonna send
point where it
we-
doesn't make sense for us to
Right.
send out a
Right.
bill? So whatever that number is,
That's
$5.
the whole point of this, and we talked about.
$5
like
Trustee
Sure.
$5.
Foley, go ahead.
Yeah, I think internally you need to just get this resolved and bring it back to us what you want to do.
No,
I mean-
this is to resolve it right now.
Yeah, $5.
So is
Yeah,
$5
We're
good?
not gonna bring that.
$5 and below.
Yeah, $5 and below, just
Right.
roll it on to the
Yeah.
next one.
Right,
If
I'm
that's
good
what
with
you can
that.
do, just roll it on.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I'll make a motion that we, do not send out water past due notice, so water sewer past due notices if it's
There's no
under
new
$5.
If $5 and under or under $5?
I think
$5 and under.
Okay.
5 and under. Yep.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You good with
Final
that?
answer?
I'll support that.
Okay, is there any other discussion?
Would that be a roll call?
Let's
Does
just
it
do
have
a
to
roll
with
call.
money?
Yeah, let's do,
Treasurer Ellery Summers, trustee Kroll,
Yes.
trustee Polly,
Yes.
trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Plavich, yes. Supervisor Kujabaski.
Yes, motion carried. Moving on to the payment Dropbox.
Oh, okay, so, our Dropbox was built, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago. And it was supposed to last like 10, and it's already starting to deteriorate. The front of it, the paint or whatever is like peeling off. It's been peeling probably for the last 2-3 years. And it's looking pretty shabby in the front part where it says payments, that's getting rusty. And, so one of the Omni companies had originally built that for us. And when it was built, another problem that we've had with it ever since we got it is where because there's a safe inside that box. So when we open up the Dropbox, we have to pick up this square little thing, and you have to pick it up, and it's low, so we had to reach down and put the key in and turn it and do a com and all this stuff. Anyway, what's that? Instead of it flipping up, which is a pain, we want it to open to the side. And I spoke with someone that works there. I actually started to speak with Harborside Tent, Corey from there. And then somehow him and Nathan Skibby had connected, talking about the Dropbox, because Harborside was a part of it from the beginning. So anyway, I got a price from Midwest Innovators, who is part of the Omni company that built it originally, and they will fix the way the key goes in. And they will power coat it and sandblast it and put the primer on it and all of that stuff for $677. And then it will need to go to Harborside Tint to do the lettering on
Oh, this is
Two-
both.
it. 2 parts to it.
Oh, okay,
So-
that answers that
So the
question.
total is between the two, $1,627. And the money would come out of equipment and furniture, out of my budget,
Treasurer's.
treasurer's budget.
Tell me on the general notes, it says a quote subject to change. Quote is subject to change and will depend upon the actual size. Have they not seen this?
Yes, it's been seen, it's been observed, pictures have been taken.
Mark,
That's
remember-
probably just general notes that they put on every. But one thing we would have to do is have it taken to wherever it needs to go, which isn't gonna be very far, either Hamilton Road to one of the Omni places, or it'll go to Harborside Tint, and, I've already gotten permission from F&B that they would take it there for us.
So what are
and
you
bring it
going
back.
to use in the
We
meantime?
won't have a Dropbox,
Okay.
but probably, and I want it expedited, so hopefully under 2 weeks, we wouldn't have a Dropbox. And people would have to come in.
You think that we can plan that in a way that gives us enough time? I know, so taxes are done, but can
I'd
we
like
do it
to
in a way
get
that
it-
would give us enough time before our water bill is due? You know what I'm
They
saying?
just want it done before December taxes go out, December 1st. So sometime before then, I mean, I'd like it done by the end of November for sure. Because water bills are gonna be what they are, because now that we get a monthly, it really makes my office even busier, because we're not just collecting one cycle every month, we're collecting 3 cycles. And we just got done with the big rush of summer taxes, which we're still collecting, but when winter go out December 1st, it's gonna be even busier, especially in the month of December for tax bills. But
I'll
the
make-
water bills are consistently gonna be busy.
I'll make a
busy.
motion to accept the bid from Harbor Tint as well as Midwest Innovators for the correction of our drop box.
I'll support that.
Is there any other discussion?
Maybe.
And the GL is 101-253-97500. Oh, did you put it?
Roll call, please.
How did?
Haley put it on there.
Oh, I was gonna say, I didn't. put it.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
trustee Polly,
Yes.
trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Palovich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Supervisor Kujabaski.
Yeah. Motion carried.
Better than a yes.
It was.
Do the
I have something to say, but I'm not gonna say it. Just kidding.
All right,
Number
Um,
10 through 16, go.
yes. Just a quick update for the monthly report. We continue to see a percent increase of the total runs for the year at 21.1%. Also gave a quick update on training and then some upcoming events. We just did the Kids Day at the Farmers Market. Was told there was about 150 to 200 kids there. And then we've got a big Fire Safety Day at the Home Depot coming this Saturday. And then the Fire Prevention Week is October 5th through the 11th with our open house on the 11th. So there should have been a correspondence in the
Yes.
packet, so,
That will go.
because my update was off. Okay. R&R invoice. Needed to fix the engine, so that's what that invoice is for.
Which engine? Engine 2?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to pay that invoice as submitted.
I support that. Any discussion? Roll call.
Hold on.
How
Go
come,
ahead.
Did they throw in a sensor for nothing? Cause I see it's like 6917 and then they took it away.
Yeah, I don't know for
Okay,
sure.
fair enough. Good enough.
it the swap out
I would
before?
hope that they would throw in a
yeah.
lot of stuff for.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not a mechanic, but it says here inherent core per sensor, dirty core per sensor, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming that they swapped that out.
Looks like a battery core right there.
Okay.
Ready
Okay,
for a
roll
roll
call.
call? Ready?
Inquisitive minds.
Trustee Polly,
Yeah.
trustee Lappin.
Yep.
Clerk Palovich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Supervisor
Yes.
Kujabaski.
Motion carried.
Okay, the next one is National Hose Testing Specialists Incorporated for the hose testing of the department. Over 8,000 feet of hose was tested in one day. Only had 150 fail, which was really good. Now it gives us that point that we know exactly what we have in stock on our hose. So that company did the entire testing themselves and then repacked all the hose. Took it off, tested, repacked. That's what the cost is.
Okay, I'll make a motion to pay that bill as presented.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Polly,
Yes.
trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Palovich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Supervisor Kujabaski.
Yes. Item number 12.
Okay, millage proposal. So gave you the proposal for the millage that will be coming up next year. The fire work group put this number together. And this is what I'm proposing to now get the language that's needed to get it on the ballot.
So we start those with a resolution and so I'd have to draft the resolution and the proposal And then it'd be the board adopting the resolution, and it would direct the clerk to get the proposal with my assistance on the August ballot.
To the, yeah.
Yeah.
The August 2026 ballot.
I have some questions to the whole fire committee group about this. Where did we get the number 3.475? Did we talk to residents to see what they're willing to support? Cause we've already had 3 mills voted down twice. So I guess I'm just not sure where this number came from.
Well, I was only at the one, and I apologize for not being at the one that we no doubt talked about this in more detail, but the chief can probably answer this better, but you'll notice that it's not looking to renew the 1.4953, but to look at one millage for the 3.475. So sort of, if you look at it from
Right.
one standpoint, at the end of the day, it's probably more like a 1.9 some mil increase if we kept the other one. Well, I mean, just like we've done in the past, that would be kind of a minimum number to effectively run a fire department our size. And no, to my knowledge, we haven't really polled people on the street, so to speak.
This was a collaboration of full-time staff, part-time paid on-call staff, board members, to come up with an option for what the budget would look like. So that number, we looked at the 1.4953 with the 200,000 that is given from the general fund. Doing a remove and replace takes away that 200,000 from the general fund. So it eliminates that piece. So the number has to be a little bit higher. And then based on our discussions, it still was one of those contentious numbers. But we had to come up with something, otherwise we would not be able to put anything forward. But it was where I figured that the best numbers for the budget would come from based on what we currently provide in services, and then also offer an option to continue to plan for capital improvement.
And I guess I have one more question.
No,
but
you go ahead.
I guess I don't understand why we're only going for 3 years.
That is due to the fact of not knowing. So if it does not pass, we have to stay with what we've got. And
But
instead
why
of trying to
for 2
drag that
years?
out, well,
I think there was a maximum, was what? I don't know.
Our
Did
last
you
one
go?
was for 10 years.
Or was it? Okay.
Tim, is there a limit?
There is a limit, but 10's within, it may be 15, it's 10's within the limit.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
10.
guess I just don't
10's a
understand
comp
why,
and a
like in 3
six.
years, we're already,
Right, it goes by fast.
yeah, very fast.
It's unique in that, I think what we're saying, it'd be a challenge to educate the voters to say, if you adopt this, you're canceling out the current one. If you don't adopt this one, that current one's gonna continue, so we can't call it a renewal.
Right.
It's a unique proposal.
That's what I feel like it's gonna be hard to educate the public that we're not asking for, even though we say replace here, they're not gonna, we'll be educating them that it's replacing, not an additional 3.475, might be extremely difficult. In previous years, you guys have had the town hall meetings and the outcome wasn't, the people did not come.
But we need to do a better job.
So how do we do a better job to educate? And I don't know that
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, and we have to rely on chief's experience and other municipalities that he dealt with.
and
we-
yeah,
we're-
and the biggest thing, I talked to the media today about, there'll be an article that comes out that kind of breaks it down a little bit. And what I didn't want to do is place this out, not knowing with the current as we're going right now, right, with the 21% increase of calls, what's to say that in the 7 years from then, we're not at another 30 to 40% increase of calls based on that. So we're always going to be trying to catch up in that millage with, without the potential for growth in the area,
I just have
if
a
that
question.
makes sense.
So when we had our equipment millage, I mean, that was 5 years.
That was a 5-year at
So-
0.65.
And, you know, I think it's especially just if you know, I'm gonna support this, but I can see what I bought. Just bought this new fire truck. But are we gonna need, cause this isn't equipment, this is operating costs. So what about equipment? Where are we at? Are we good for, say, 3 years?
No, well, that is also going to be a part of that, right? So there'll be portions of that that are set aside for capital improvement.
So it's operating and equipment.
Everything's combined, you put it into one pot and we spread it out
I
that
think
way.
that's another educational piece
Mhm.
too.
But I think if we're lower on the capital improvement, right, like, we're just kind of putting some money in.
Correct. It's not gonna be enough to buy a brand new engine if something were to happen. But in a 3-year period, could it be? Potentially, yes.
So you're, and you explained why 3 years, and I guess I want to make that clear too, that's purposeful. You, and recognizing that folks might not renew it in 3 years.
Correct.
Um,
And all I went by was the value of it being denied for the last 2 times that it was represented. And I think that was everybody's concern that was a part of this, is what can we feel that would be supported this time to be able to make strides into that. And I don't know if it would have been as well supported on a stretched out in the number of years compared into a smaller time frame, just to show that we are going to make these significant changes and continue services. And then at that point, then we can go for a longer period of time. Because especially if this doesn't pass, then we still hold on to the 1.495 millage until it sunsets in 27.
have you
And
seen-
we'd have to go for another one.
Have you seen other communities do the remove and replace?
Yes.
Okay. It's first for me, that's why, not knocking it down, just.
No,
Curious whether-
and that was a recommendation too from others that I've spoke to. That would be probably the best route to go from other fire chiefs.
Thank you.
I think the biggest thing too is just so the public understands that there's a difference in between there.
And there is, and the biggest thing that we can do is show the budgetary factors of that.
I think to make it very, very simple,
Mm-hmm.
just because simpler the better for
Yes.
everybody to
So-
understand.
Yes.
Yeah, when I draft this, it's gonna, sometimes people get mad at me, like, wow, it's a little convoluted, because there's required
Yeah.
verbiage you have to have. And so I'm gonna have to try to put it, the plain English in there as much as I can to say, you are removing a prior
Right,
adopted millage, replacing it with this one for the following years. Can't call it a renewal, even though we're, in effect, we are keeping a chunk of the
Mhm.
previous one. So I'm confusing myself.
So just one question, should we be maybe looking at 4-year versus 3-year? To stay on an even number versus an odd? So how was that?
Oh, because, yeah. I think.
Because
you're
then you
right.
have to throw on.
Then we would have to have a special election.
Yeah, we wanna
Oh,
time
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
no,
put
that's
it-
fine.
So we have it every,
Even number.
Well, that makes
right,
sense.
right. So
That
we'd have
makes
to
sense.
have a special election just for
Okay.
that. And that would
Because
cost
that'll
the
obviously
township
cost money.
It does.
20,
Yeah.
minimum 20,000.
Now that makes sense. So are we looking for, at this point, just a motion to move forward with the resolution language?
I don't think you need a motion, just dump it on me.
Dump
and
it
I'll draft a resolution that will be brought back to the board.
I have
at a
one
future meeting.
more question. if this were to pass, would the department still need the 200,000 from the
No.
general fund? So this would be the fire department would stand
Stand
alone
alone.
on its own.
Yes.
I think one of the things that we need to essentially prove to the public is that this money is to operate the fire department. It's not a general fund. It's specific to the fire department. So that
Absolutely
There's no
correct.
confusion.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't think people understand that we can't take fire department money and move it into the general fund.
No.
Just like we can't take water either.
And yeah, we can't
So
move
that-
money between
So
funds.
that's why, that's the educational.
We need a huge
process.
education.
And that's the PowerPoints or whatever process we use.
That's when we get into, we can provide factual information.
Mhm.
Yes.
Following.
Right, right. There, it's on you.
Not anymore.
So at this point, Tim's just got, he's
Yeah.
gonna draft.
Yeah,
this.
Right.
So we don't need a motion.
Nope.
On to item number 13.
Moving on.
Okay. 13 EMT school. So, the county is with the city fire department is putting on an EMT school or class to certify firefighters, or just general people if they want to go through EMT school. And requesting that funding be approved to send up to 4 firefighters to the school. The cost is $1,650 per student. So a total of 65 or 6,600. Now, do we have 4? Potentially, probably not, but I just want to have the capability, if we do get some new people hired, that they will be able to do this. It's happening relatively soon, so it probably won't be hitting that 4 number. But the thing is with this, the county has already stated that they will do a reimbursement for $1,000 per student. So once we do pay, we can get the reimbursement from the county for each student for $1,000. And I have not heard word yet back from the Thunder Bay Area Firefighters Association that they would pick up the other piece of that for each student. So potentially the 650 for each student of ours. So that gives us more abilities to bring up staff to meet the EMT level. And I know 2 of our new recruits that just completed fire training this year are very interested in doing so. And then it also sets us up for any retirements or moves in our full-time staff to have already staff on that could potentially move into those slots.
Is it, is this consistent with our licensing?
This is a step ahead. So when we look at our full-time staff are all firefighter EMTs, even though we're licensed at the medical first responder level.
Right, so I guess I'm trying to understand if we're putting the proverbial cart before the horse.
I don't believe so, because eventually, due to the nature in the area of EMS, we most likely need to move up into the BLS or basic life support system, non-transporting. That gives us a better capability with our citizens to be able to provide them better care.
But
In
we
more
would have to,
things.
we would have to upgrade our license.
Upgrade to the license is not,
It was
it's
like
minimal.
$100.
Upgrading the license is very minimal.
Right, so that would be our choice, but I mean, enhancing our abilities.
Okay, well, if it's $100 cost and we don't
Yeah,
have to
it's-
jump
it's
through a bunch
not-
of other hoops.
No.
Is it more than
No.
that, Jim? Oh, I'm wrong. Jim's telling me it's I'm wrong.
I can give you a rough idea if you want me to. I actually researched it to see what it would cost us.
It's not necessary. No, we're not doing it
Thank you,
tonight,
though.
so.
Yeah, we're not at that point of raising the licensure, but we need to have the people capable once we do that.
I see.
So would we advertise for this, like on our website or our Facebook page that, hey, if you're interested in.
No, this is only for our staff.
But
We
it's not
did,
Somebody from off the street that.
no, no. No, it would only be for us. For this request right here is just for our staff
So if somebody has an MFR, they.
on their own. Yeah,
But right now, like, it's Gavin and Wyatt that we.
correct.
that-
Okay.
So when do we have to, when does this start?
A couple weeks.
Can you learn from the Plenty Bay Firefighters Association if there was if they're gonna pick up the other half, or is that just sort of a hope it happens?
From my discussions with the president, he said he was taking that to the next meet. Do you know anything, Jim, with being with Thunder Bay?
I have heard about the possibility of it coming to it, but I know we have talked about it in the past and decided that that's not what the association wanted to do, but might change, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But even at that, it's only $650 per person.
Up for a total of 4 people?
Correct.
All right, so.
But
20
as I'm saying, because of the time frame,
Yeah,
we're not gonna be able to get had 3 people that we're trying to hire. We're not gonna be able to get them hired before that. That's why I was trying to look at 4. Right now, we have 2 guaranteed that want to go.
is this in your budget?
Is that we can find the money in the budget somewhere for that. Our training budget's only $1,000 when we started. And then I was able to get the 2,500 increase so we were at 3,500.
So I don't know whether financially where that.
You
puts
did
us.
just receive, we received a reimbursement today from a state grant.
Today?
Yes, and the portion for the fire department was like 1,600, and then the general fund was
Somebody
like
do a small
1,100.
business tax.
It's from 2020. It's a reimbursement from, I just haven't had a chance to let you know
Okay.
today, so. Just so you know, there's that money.
All right.
I'll
So
make that motion to approve up to 6,600 for EMT school for up to 4 people.
I'll support it.
Any other discussion?
When does the class start? There's some vision.
I didn't write it down, but it's, yeah, early October. I don't know exactly.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Lappin,
Yes,
Clerk Flavich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Trustee Foley,
Yes.
Supervisor Kozibowski.
Yes. Motion carried. Item number 14, training request.
Okay, got 4 training requests. This is in the budget for, the staff members to go. For Lieutenant Stevens to attend a grain bin rescue that the county is putting on. For firefighter Hoskinson to do a hazmat workshop. Our training officer to go to the Michigan Fire Instructors Conference, and then myself to go to the Fire Instructors Training Conference as well. Through the training and travel budget, through the expenses, we would still have remaining balances that could potentially even cover the costs of the EMT school as well. It just would be what we would be reimbursed for. So kind of playing out there on the edge of if we were to send 6,600 for the school, get that reimbursed. But if we had a balance of like 1,200 for the 650, there still is remaining balance after even these requests.
So does this trip request include, like, do they need hotels?
So, yep,
Meals.
for Lieutenant Stevens, there is no cost. And there's no cost for travel or anything. The only thing is to have him covered for the shift that he would be working. Firefighter Hoskinson has the course fee of $50. That includes lodging. And then it would just be his travel.
50
Fire,
bucks includes the lodging?
yeah, it might be in a tent. I don't know. It's in Marquette, so.
The chunk of his car.
Yeah. Our training officer, that is for travel expenses as well. And hotel, they usually give decent blocks of rooms at a discounted price. And then mine is just for my course fee,
So why would you
with
pay
no
that?
training.
I'm just asking. I mean,
To save money.
Is it's strange that Marquette is considerably further away than Traverse City. Why would there be such a big difference in $366 to travel? versus-
Traverse City probably has an overnight lodging.
Yes,
How many rooms? Two overnight nights.
2 overnights.
Oh, is it 2 nights?
Yeah.
The hazmat class, that's part of the classes they're providing.
When you talk
Right.
back there, we can't hear and it doesn't get recorded.
Okay, but at the end of the day, it's 2 days.
In Traverse City, yes.
Okay, all right,
Yes.
that answers the question.
The hazmat class, the way it was put out, it's $50 covers lodging and the registration fee. I'm not sure where they're staying at or where the lodging is, but
It's probably a dorm or something in
then that very well may be.
All right, well, that answers the question. Thank you.
well, I would like to make a comment that I don't think it's fair we can pay for other employees in the fire department for travel costs and we're not covering our chief's cost.
We are trouble doing part of the travel costs because they'll be using.
Yeah, I'll use,
That-
so yeah, I'll use my own.
To pay for,
Mhm.
I don't think that's fair. I think township should pay for your overnight. That's my opinion.
So are you making a motion or?
Sure. I'll make a motion. We approve the training request report as presented and include overnight stay lodging for the chief.
So is there a cap on that or?
Could we put a cap on that? I can see it.
Hey.
Best
Yeah.
Airbnb.
What do you want for a cap? What's reasonable? Half of the 720 that it would cost Jim, but that year's probably.
Whatever standard room rate, I don't know.
Do we have-
This, in October, I can't imagine the rooms
Yeah.
are.
I don't know what it was. I didn't look up that number for that.
I would say up to
Yes,
200.
Up to $200 a night. Are you gone 1 night? Or 2 nights?
2 nights.
Up to $200 per night.
So why wouldn't this be the same as what we're doing for Jim?
Is Jim's?
Oh, because Jim Scott.
And the reason that my course fee is different is because I'm getting a certification and Jim's sitting in, regular classes.
I take it these are not simultaneously, I mean, you can't like
Drive together.
go together.
Well, that's what we're gonna have to work out
Okay,
once it was all approved, right? Cause I'll be taking my, department vehicle and be able to offer Jim that opportunity. And then if, like, the way I've done that stuff before was if he doesn't want to do that, then it's on him to be able to pay for his own way there.
reasonable.
That's what we've done before. 2 people are going to the same place. They don't ride together.
Right.
Only one's getting reimbursed, so.
That's reasonable.
All right, so we're good.
So my motion is to include the chief's overnight,
Up to
up to
$200.
$200 per night for 2 nights. Cause that's what he said. It'd be.
Okay. I'll support that.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Clerk Plavich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Trustee Polly.
Yes.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Supervisor Kujabaski.
Yes. Item number 15.
I'm not sure what that one was.
That's the Maple Ridge Agreement. But it sounds like this is more Abby's thing.
Okay. Currently, the township is receiving $2,500 annually from Maple Ridge to fulfill a contract that we had with them previously. They had already discussed and budgeted last year to increase that to $3,500.
But never happened.
No, never happened, for reasons outside of my control. And they have agreed to increase their contract to $3,500 this year as per the agreement.
Chief, did you ever figure out what the cost for the township to cover Maple Ridge is?
More than that.
Like how much?
Like probably double or
Approximately.
triple.
It's double the triple.
So
But
that's-
it all depends, it all depends on the number of runs that we respond to in that area.
So how many runs do we respond to in that area that somebody from Maple Ridge Fire Department actually shows up to too?
0
So they are 100% dependent on us
in that area.
and our taxpayers are covering it.
Right.
For $3,500.
Yeah, this is something that we've talked about for
I
years.
guess it kind of, that's wrong with me that our taxpayers are paying for Maple Ridge.
Yeah, it definitely sits wrong with me too,
Okay.
particularly since as long as I've been on this board, that $2,500 has remained static. And it needs to be negotiated up.
Mhm. More than 3,500.
So how did
Yeah.
you come up with the 3,500,
The
Abby?
$3,500 was what was previously discussed before I was in office.
When does this come up?
It's been up,
Have they been paying the 2,500?
yes. And they agreed last fiscal year to pay 3,500, but it was not a signed contract, so they didn't pay it. Even though they had budgeted the 3,500, we did not sign a contract with them. So they didn't pay it. They paid the 2,500 that was for their contract.
I think we need to at least recoup back our costs.
And I guess, could you do an itemized what it costs us? And I feel like we need to present that to them.
Right?
I think prior to the $2,500, we were doing it for nothing. Because we can get there quicker than their fire department.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So
We're basically
let me-
doing it for nothing.
So the wording of the current contract is we no longer provide that anyways.
So
It was,
the previous contract stated that we would be manning the M32 station, which we have not done for quite some time, so we were already in breach of that contract. And to that, I just want to add that the chief is welcome to present a cost breakdown to Maple Ridge, but I want to add that whether or not we sign this contract with them, because of the mutual aid agreement, we will either receive $3,500 for them for doing the calls, or we will do the calls for free, because we're required to provide the service.
You know, that's not,
So Maple
That's
Ridge would be
not being
taking
very
a percentage
friendly.
of our taxpayers.
yeah, it's not being very
And the
friendly.
mutual aid agreement, because that's not what the point of the mutual aid is. Because you don't feel like covering an area, we will cover it for you. That's not the point
And that
of
would
my
also,
understanding of what mutual aid is.
right,
So
Wilson would also have the ability to provide mutual aid to, Maple Ridge.
is it actual mutual aid if their people never show up in that area?
Right. Where do you get
No,
that
that's
from?
us doing all of the
Well,
coverage.
Single aid.
But what is this? This is through the rest of this year.
It would be to receive the $3,500 for this year.
So,
when?
so why don't we take it
Take the money now
and put our stats together just to see?
100% agree.
So
Go
when
from there.
when does this contract expire? Like effective April 1st?
Where does it? say?
It has a
Usually during
termination
our-
clause,
okay.
second, third to last paragraph.
I just feel like we haven't done our homework and
No.
Yeah,
Doesn't have to
and
cover our
the-
costs.
What Jim was just saying is, so on EMS calls, nobody will show up or respond. But for fire calls, they do.
so the majority is EMS.
But the majority is EMS
I'm
calls.
just gonna say, our
We're like,
fire calls to the township, just in general, are dramatically less than our EMS calls. So, I guess I'm gonna go off of what Cash had just said and to, make a motion to sign the current contract that will, does it have an X date?
it doesn't have an expiration date on it.
Just a termination.
We have a termination clause and we should,
So I would like to say that we end it like April 1st so that we can plan on our next fiscal year and have a new contract negotiated
Or
that's.
end of March.
well, then we would have
March
to amend
31st.
this, we'd have to amend this service agreement then. So we would have to, have a term of the contract to go from point A to point B. And then who drafted this service agreement?
Maple Ridge.
Maple Ridge did.
It needs a little bit of work.
Has Tim reviewed this?
Yep.
part of the packet. Well, I'm learning more about the circumstances, but I mean, the comfort zone is there's a termination provision, 60 days notice, regardless of,
Well, but that's.
But like this is saying
That says
$3,500
that Maple
a year.
Ridge
What's
wants to
the year?
terminate
What's
the
the
agreement.
time frame for that year?
During our fiscal.
and then.
Alpena Township
That
can
makes
do
sense.
it within 60 days.
60, yeah.
So, but we don't, but we can,
Yeah, it says revisit this agreement yearly. I think we need to have a date that we revisit it by each year and that it expires.
can we send some recommended verbiage to the, to this contract? As to.
Yeah, you wouldn't accept the 3,500 now, or might be construed as we're agreeing to this
Right,
wording.
So I
Right.
agree with what Cash is saying, is that if there's if we can, the $3,500 is sort of due and payable now, and then this contract sunsets on January 1st or whatever, or 12/31, and then from January 1 on, our fee to provide the services will be X dollars and will be negotiated annually.
see, I bill them every year, but I'd have to look and see.
Is it on fiscal year or calendar year?
Basically, it's our fiscal.
But
So
I'd have to
this
look
would be
back.
for the current fiscal year,
just think-
April 1st, 2025 through,
Right, but I'm
March
gonna
31st.
double check and make sure they haven't already paid the 2,500.
so I don't think we're ready to sign.
I don't think we are either, but I need to do my homework.
So
too and
Abby, can
see-
you get the changes to
So
make it work?
I'll make a motion that we table this.
Steve-
Upon review of additional contract language.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Withdrawing his original.
Oh, Steve, you were gonna make a motion, so I'll,
Well,
You made an original motion.
all right, well then, I guess
so go ahead.
let's item, the Maple Ridge agreement to be tabled until the following meeting, subject, to include, the chief getting us, as much documentation as you can over maybe a 2 or 3 year period. That'll probably average that out, so that we can make an informed decision on this contract. I know that's, I understand that's.
That's like all over.
I know, I know. How about we just table this until we can
The next,
determine costs of doing business?
Okay.
Final answer?
Hmm?
Final answer?
Yes, final answer.
Is there support?
I'll support it.
Okay, all those in favor of tabling item number 15, pending further investigation, signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed, same.
Okay.
Item tabled.
And then the last one is the flow test agreement for our MSA packs with McQueen. All that is locking in the price right now for the next 3 years, and they won't change that price over that 3-year period. And this is a requirement that has to be done annually.
So I would make a motion to go ahead with that.
I'll support.
$80.
so you're with that.
Ash, any other discussion?
Oh, I don't know.
Roll call.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
trustee Polly,
Yeah.
trustee Lappin.
Yes,
Clerk Palovich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Supervisor Kozibowski.
Yes.
Thank you.
Somebody else's turn now.
Alpena County Road Commission.
No,
Oh,
it's
oh.
Huron Pines.
Oh,
But do you have that paper for you?
I don't have it. That's fine.
Okay. So the Huron Pines agreement is for the coastal management grant, which we received in 2023. There should have been an agreement between Huron Pines that was signed, which never occurred. We are in the last quarter of that grant and we need that agreement. It's already been spelled out in the resolution from 2023. This is just the next step in
Do we have anything to look at?
finishing out the grant.
Abby, you were gonna send it to Tim to look at and you never forwarded it back to me. So nobody's got a copy of
That's
it.
why I don't have a copy then.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
well, Tim has it.
It's straightforward. I can probably read it if you'd like.
The whole thing?
Can you summarize it?
Yeah, summarize it, cause you know, it's almost 8 o'clock.
I know. an agreement with Huron Pines, and it's regarding, in support of the Lake Huron Forever program priorities and specifically to advance grant deliverables related to the shoring up of our coastal resiliency master plan project funded by Eagle. Period of performance is this fall from September 1st to December 31st of this year. Cost $2,500, and Huron Pines will in return develop a new coastal background chapter. This would include the status of the coastal issues, i.e. flooding, erosion, wildlife habitats, etc., and the results of the build-out analysis that was done previously, include the sensitive features overlay, and next develop goals, objectives, and action items for coastal resiliency. Township will reimburse Huron Pines $2,500 upon completion of that work. And then the rest is boilerplate, that we are not liable for each other's negligent acts. Doesn't bind the township to do any hold harmless or anything that could be misconstrued. Either party may cancel the agreement. But as Abby said, this is part and parcel of the grant program. So that work is being done pursuant to the grant requirements, is my understanding.
I'll make a motion that we approve it as presented.
Support.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Polly.
Yes.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Plavich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers. Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Supervisor Kujabaski.
Yes.
Sure you don't want me to read the whole?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure.
Item number 18, I added on, it kind of happened quickly, so, oh. Well, that's not, okay.
This
That's not on the agenda either, though, the NEMA one, that's what we need to approve.
This right here. What are you?
Right
looking
here,
for?
the Matt Chestmer,
Yeah.
Where?
Bailey Bar.
Yeah.
Oh, I would,
We added it
that's, okay.
as number 18.
Okay, so number 18 has two parts then. So the first part of this is, as you guys know, we have the recycling bins out back. The concrete was donated from Amrise, and the NEMA has asked that we split the cost of the concrete slab labor for 30.
The Tessmer
Yeah, with
excavating.
Hesmer excavating for about $3,500. I'm sorry, $3,300. And
33.50.
yeah, and that would be about half of their estimate for the cost of pouring the concrete slab. Everything else is donated.
I'm
Um,
confused. So who's splitting the cost?
So the recycling,
It's for their benefit, right?
yes, but it's
Well-
a permanent structure in our parking lot. Once they
If
re-
those bins leave that, they're not gonna pick up the concrete too, Steve.
Right. So it's to our benefit.
It's our benefit to have that concrete back there instead of dirt. And we're never gonna get it for $33.50.
Well, I agree there.
This is our chance to get it.
Amrise is, it's Wholesome in case nobody, I mean, I don't know if everybody knows they were bought out.
Okay.
Wholesome was bought out by Amrise.
Don't memorize it, go 5 years. I'll be so-
Right. But I mean, they're providing the concrete.
No,
so-
I get it. I
So
get,
Tessmer will come in and, you know, level the dirt and put in the
Yeah,
forms
I-
and provide the
yeah,
mesh.
I get all that. I just,
Okay.
So do we wanna vote on this separately?
Yeah, separately.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve splitting the cost of the labor for the concrete in the amount of $33.50.
Out of building and grounds.
Out of building and grounds.
I never heard back. I asked this about capital outlay.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I would
Can
say
we take it
building
out
and
of there and then do
I
a
would say
budget
building and
adjustment
grounds.
if we need it?
yeah.
What?
I would say building and grounds, I mean,
Yeah.
it's permanent.
Yeah, but anything over 5,000 in value gets out of capital outlay. So I'm gonna say we should do it out of capital outlay.
Whatever.
But is it really that? Because we're paying half of that.
But
But
the
the value-
value
Oh,
of
the
the.
value,
right.
gotcha. So capital outlay. Gotcha.
Okay.
I'll support that.
Any,
The motion.
so we pay half and the recycling pays half.
And the
That's
concrete.
agreed to by the recycling
yes, they
organization?
presented the proposal to us for the cost that they received from Tesmer for this.
So we're gonna approve $33,350 to be paid out of capital outlay.
And it benefits our township residents. I mean, people use those all the time. I tell everybody that comes in, hey, are you aware we have bins in the back? And that we take glass back there.
All right, we got a motion.
Yeah.
Is there any other?
We have a motion and support. I made the motion, Laura supported.
Okay, roll call please.
Trustee Polly.
Yeah.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Plavich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Supervisor Kozibowski.
Yes, the second part of this is that I also was able to reach out to Amrise and ask them to donate concrete for the back portion of our building where the tanker truck sits. And with the chief's help and Nathan Lytle's help, we got a measurement for that. I think it's 45 feet by 15 feet. And there's some discussion whether or not the pad needs to be 5 or 6 inches thick. But I was able to, so I'm working on getting the estimate from LNS for that, which is
Thicker
also,
better. Yes.
right.
What is this for?
So this will be a
Is it for the
concrete,
apron?
yes, where the tanker sits out there so that,
So we're done with the recycling.
yes.
Yeah.
that one's-
This next item is not on the agenda.
This is the
That's
second
very-
part of the concrete
Of
slab.
the Testmer.
Testament.
Correct.
Right.
Is
that?
it included in this amount?
No,
Well, then it's a separate item.
but they're both concrete slabs. We're
Well,
just
I
voting
get
on
that,
it.
but they're separate items.
All right, we gotta keep moving on this.
Yes.
Carry on.
So are we done with getting all the estimates or do we need more?
The only thing that we would be paying for is the labor. I do not have an estimate yet from LNS, which I would need. But again, this is, so the point of this is that if we approve this at the board to pay for the labor for this, then once Amrise approves it, we can go ahead and have them do this pad at the same time they're doing the recycling pad, so that it can be done all in one shot, and it will save us in the labor costs and the mobilization cost of having Tesmer Construction come out here and pour a separate pad. They're-
Gonna give you a price on that?
I have a price for it.
How much is it?
It would be $3,500.
So we sort of
But you-
magically got up to our 67 pretty fast.
Yes, but two separate
There's
Yeah, I know.
two separate items, and this is something that I've discussed with the chief, and knowing that we also need to replace the concrete at the front apron, but because they're already gonna be laying the concrete back there, all they will have to do is move 5 feet to do this. So it made
Is there a
logically,
concrete pad there now?
no,
So
it's
just not your-
gravel,
okay.
it's gravel that, yes, it's gravel.
It's bad.
So are we paying Testmer or LNS?
We would be paying Tesmer. The price through LNS is what Amrise donates, the same as it would be for NEMA.
Oh, Amrise will donate the concrete?
Yes.
It's a good deal. I think
For
we
the
should take a
second-
vote.
For the
So are you
apron?
taking, I'm making a motion?
Yeah, I'll propose that we move forward with that.
I will support
Can you
that.
give me a,
Was it 3,500?
3,500, yeah.
so not to exceed 3,500?
Correct.
Does that make
Amrise
everybody
donating
understand?
Both.
Mhm.
Both.
And
I
that would
mean-
be paid out of capital outlay too.
Yes.
And cash, trustee Kroll made the motion, I supported it.
Any other discussion?
Just one question, so just to be clear, is Amrise donating for both of the projects?
Correct.
Okay.
I spoke with Jeff Scott about it. I'm waiting on getting the cost or the estimate from, is that, I want to say LNS, is that right?
LNS. concrete, yeah.
LNS, yes. But while I wait for that, I wanted to make sure that we had this approved so that when we get the estimate and they donate it, we can go ahead and do it instead of paying Tesmer or somebody else an additional mobilization fee to have them come here to pour the concrete. They can do it at the same time.
And we can
So
get it done.
LNS is the one that's gonna be delivering it.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Roll call. You ready?
Yes, yes, roll call.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Clerk Plavich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Trustee Polly.
Yeah.
Supervisor Kozibowski.
Yes. Item number 19, the road commission.
I'll take part of it and you want to take part of it? The Lake Winyard Road, it's what we approved and it went over budget last year and we approved the additional money. It was additional $3,303.05 over the budget. So that's why this is coming back. And I meant to find out exactly how much it went over budget, except it was off my computer all afternoon, but they were switching them out. So. Just so you know what the Lake Winia Road is. It is now complete.
Any questions before we move on to the next part? Okay, so this sheet from the road commission says Diamond Drive culvert. It's actually Diamond Point Road culvert. This is the emergency repair that I talked about, I believe 2 board meetings ago, where the culvert separated and caused the road on Diamond Point Drive, caused a hole in the road. So the road commission contacted me and said, we need to replace this. It's a danger. They blocked, they closed the road for a few days while they were getting ready to do this. And they have just now sent us the bill for it.
I have just one more thing to say.
Well, that's just for the road or for the culvert too?
It's for everything, the culvert, it's for.
It's our half of it,
Yeah,
right?
our half of the cost of
Oh,
repair.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
but-
So that's half.
So this would be paid out of roads and bridges. And the dust control invoice came in and it was $4,000 less than what they thought it was gonna be. So
Oh.
that 4,000 less will help cover the additional for Lake
Yeah,
Winia.
yeah.
And we did have money budgeted for emergency road repairs. In
But we don't have-
GL 101-446-820-000.
Really don't have much choice, do we? I'll make a motion that we, take care of the bills that the Alpena County Road
Support.
Commission has submit.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Clerk Plavich, yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
Trustee Polly.
Yes.
Trustee Lappin.
Yes.
Supervisor Kozibowski.
Yes. Moving on to item number 20.
So I received the, information I need to fill out for our winter tax bills, and included in that information is an option for the township to put an insert in with the winter tax bills. And it's brought to this meeting because if the board so choose to do a newsletter or an insert, it would have to be approved at this meeting that yes or no. If we want to do an insert, we would have to say it at this meeting. The next meeting, we would have to approve whatever that insert is, and then they would have to be printed and turned over to the county equalization office by November 6th to be included with the tax bills. So
Is there something in mind already?
I have everything in mind.
But if we wanted to do something now, is the only
We would
opportunity.
just say, yes, we want to do it, but then it would have to be approved at the next board meeting of whatever it is, whether it's, say, for instance, something to help pass the millage or whatever, but that might be too soon to do that now. You might want to do that next year in the summer tax bills.
Right, when they go out
Right.
July 1st.
And we've talked about sending out a newsletter in the past, but
But someone's gotta write it.
right, which I have in the past, but we never ended up including it, so I'm not going to.
I thought we did one year.
So if we say yes, it doesn't hurt us, it could help us. Or if we decide we don't want to put anything in, then so be
Well,
it.
if we say yes, someone's gotta be
Do something.
assigned to
You gotta
do
do
it.
something.
Right. To bring something back to the board.
To get approved before it goes.
We really don't need to do it.
You what?
We don't really need to do it then.
No,
Right,
not
I'm-
necessarily.
I don't think we need a newsletter.
Norm, what do you think?
Well, I think one would be good, but you don't have enough time, enough people to get it done, so we got some pass this time.
Well,
But
we have a month. If somebody wants to
If-
do it, they have a month to
Well-
put it together, but who's gonna put it together?
then you gotta get it approved and everything else, that's not enough time.
But how much time does somebody need? I mean, what would you want to be, would you want it to be a newsletter, or what kind of information would you want to include?
Well, you've got something that can be potential to inform our citizens.
Right.
With some information that they don't presently know, and they're getting it in the statement that they're gonna read, or at least look at it.
Right.
But if we don't have good information, to send them, skip this time.
Well, we have a whole month to do
Yeah,
it.
but
That's what, somebody's gotta do it though.
Right.
If it comes back for changes and then, I mean,
If there's no.
So I
change.
think we should start working on one for July.
Yes.
Regarding the millage.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we can
Pass on this one.
pass on this one.
So
great idea.
I'll make a motion, we do not include an insert or newsletter in with the winter tax bills.
I'll support that.
That's true.
All those in, wait, sorry, again.
What?
All those,
Yeah.
yeah, all those in favor of
Not.
not including a
Aye.
informative
Aye.
insert,
Aye.
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, oppose the same. Okay. I move to enter closed session under MCL 15.268 1E to consult with counsel about pending litigation in case number 24 -2721-CK, the City of Alpena versus the Charter Township of Alpena.
You making that motion?
Yes.
I'll support it. Do you want a roll call? I need to do a roll call.
Roll call.
Trustee Kroll,
Yes.
trustee Polly.
Yes.
Trustee Lappin.
Yeah.
Clerk
Thank you for
Flavich.
coming.
Yes. Treasurer Ellery Summers.
Yes.
Supervisor Kozibowski.
Yes.
Closed session at 8:04.
Do I need to say we're out of closed session?
Yeah.
Okay, out of closed session at 8:19. Now is the second opportunity for public comment. If there's anybody online, please raise your hand. Seeing none, if there's anybody in the audience, please approach the podium. Also seeing none, second opportunity for public comment is closed. Is there any other discussion?
I have discussion.
Okay.
I would just like to ask that you follow up with Omega Electric regarding the, 4 light fixtures on M32. They look terrible. They've been laying over. This was approved at the July 28th board meeting. And
my God.
there's 4 lights that are laying on their side, and it's been approved at the end of July.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Mine will be short and sweet.
oh my God.
This will be the 3rd month that I've asked to either have Abby and or the chief to speak with Lenny. He's got grants. Don't understand why we haven't contacted him.
Any other discussion?
What, any noise, any comment, anything from Thunder Bay Island, or what's going on with the patents and anything else? Where are we? with that?
So we met with them. We visited the island with them. We had dinner with them. They are just going through a process that they have to go through. And it sounded to me after having conversation with Shannon, who's one of the representatives from the Bureau of Land Management, that once they have their paperwork in order and they have that NEPA review, then there's no set time frame for us that we could request conveyance of the land, but it's a process that they have to follow. I have not been informed of any other communications with them, so whether or not Thunder Bay Island Preservation Society has had communication with them, I'm not sure,
What about
but I have not.
Senator Peters?
Senator Peters' office reached out and asked if there was anything else that we wanted to reach out to, have them reach out to the Bureau of Land Management about. I responded back to them. I didn't think there was anything necessary at that time, because I think after that dinner that we had and speaking with them on the island, the process was clear to me that they were following their upper management's.
They're following our protocol.
Right. So I don't think it was necessary. So that's where we're at that. And Senator Peters' office said if there was anything else that they could help us with, to just reach out to them.
One more thing.
They have to do the review first and they, go ahead.
Like,
Yes,
how's Bernice Lane doing?
that's still in process. We can only do so much at a time. So it's on a list. I have 33 addresses right now that I'm working on.
And how about
It's
Edna?
on the list. How about Edna?
That one?
The property owner there has come to the office. I've been in contact with her. She sent me pictures of the progress that they've made cleaning up. That's the best we can hope
In
for.
my experience, when the property owner, the target reaches out,
That's a good sign.
that's a good sign.
We have one case that's going, the ticket has been issued. We have another case that has reached out to me as well, saying, hey, I'm working on it.
I think the reason I asked about those folks contact.
In the Lakewood Drive, she started cleaning it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other, Hallie,
Contacted
Has
Abby and she's cleaning it up, so.
yeah, and she's been
Moving
sending me
that.
pictures to show me the progress that she's been making as well.
When we take it, it might be a different story. That's Way Road.
Yep.
And as far as the committee, the blight committee, is that something you want to make a phone call, get Russ and I together?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn. Or
All those in favor of adjourning the meeting signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Meeting adjourned at 8:24.